I'm getting really fed up of certain players in my team. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the players I'm looking to transfer out, the players I want to transfer in, and the reason I'm looking to bring these players into my team. But you're going to want to stick around to the end where I'm going to be talking FPL strategy. There's been a major shift on how elite managers are scoring points this season, and it's something you're probably not taking advantage of. Now, if this sounds good to you, do me a favor, drop a like, subscribe, and hype the video. Let's get into it. Before we talk transfers, let me run you through my game week 9 team, how we got on, which players are causing me problems, which players are doing really well. So anyway, I scored 52 points, which isn't too great, but it gave me a green arrow. In goal, Pope, 3 points, another blank. Let me tell you something about goalkeepers this season. It's coming up to game week 10 and I've not got one return from goalkeepers. This is a really grim statistic and I'm hoping Pope can turn it around for me very soon. In defense, I actually got points. Timber returned. Gabriel with a 9-pointer. Nearly got DEFCON as well. The second most important player for me to own in FPL. Senesi with 5 points. And lastly, the star of this team, rolled on with a 13-pointer. He got an attacking return against West Ham, which was a beautiful way to start the game week. In midfield, Semenyo with a blank. Saka with a blank and got taken off pretty early actually. Enzo with a blank. I watched full extended highlights of this game here and Sunderland were outstanding and Chelsea were pretty poor. Enzo did have a couple of pot shots, almost desperate shots if you ask me, but still no attacking returns. Up top where the majority of my money is, complete blanks. João Pedro, who we're going to talk more about in detail in the next section, 2 points. Haaland, the goal scoring machine, we're almost in disbelief when he doesn't score one goal. He blanked as well. He was my captain, which isn't ideal. And lastly, Watamade, he blanked as well. Look at the bench, all blank. So all in all, it was a terrible game week, apart from my defenders, which again is something we need to talk about in a bit more detail later. I've just not long wildcarded, so the majority of my team is pretty good. But in the transfer section, we're going to talk about the players who are doing my head in and actually need to go. Let's start with my main transfer plans for game week 10. And that is João Pedro transferred out and Mateta comes in. Now, the reason behind this is João Pedro has been super frustrating. I think we can all agree. We've been watching him. His statistics have not been great. And on the eye, he's not been great. The shot volume is completely gone. Chelsea are a bit of a random team as well, not super consistent. You saw the way they play against Sunderland. They were nowhere near at it. And João Pedro in that game was almost near anonymous. Where on the contrary, Mateta has been a beast. I spoke recently on my previous videos about how he's destroyed the XG record this season against Bournemouth. He's been a man on fire. In fact, he's actually underperformed this season. And with the upcoming fixtures, we think he's going to correct that and hopefully score even more goals. But let's have a deeper look to see how they fare against each other on the statistics side of things. Let's have a look at the big chance created so far this season. João Pedro with 2, Mateta with 15. I mean, the contrast is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Expected goals, João Pedro 1.5. Mateta 7.9. Again, the contrast is stark. You can see why I want to bring Mateta into my team. And the last stat we're going to look at is expected goal involvement. João Pedro 2, Mateta 8.37. I mean, come on. Statistically, Mateta destroys João Pedro so far. There's no comparison there at all. Now let's look at the upcoming fixtures. I mean, this is one of the reasons a lot of us managers have got João Pedro in our team. Maybe we're being hasty. Maybe we need to give him these upcoming fixtures. But let's have a quick look at both, how they compare when it comes to fixtures. João Pedro's got Tottenham away, Wolves at home, Burnley away, Arsenal at home, and Leeds away. 3 gorgeous fixtures within the next 5. Mateta has got Brentford at home, Brighton at home, Wolves away, Manchester United at home, and Burnley away. He's got 3 gorgeous fixtures as well. So they match up with the fixtures, and statistically, Mateta walks all over João Pedro. Price-wise, there's not much difference as well. If you've gone early, you could have probably saved yourself 0.1, 0.2. I'm choosing to wait because Liverpool play Crystal Palace midweek in a cup game. Mateta will more than likely be playing. Just in case he gets injured, I do not want to waste the transfer. But barring any injuries, this is likely to be my transfer for the upcoming game week. What do you think of this transfer? Get in the comments and let me know if you like or dislike. The other transfer I've been looking at is a double transfer. I do have 2 free transfers, so it's possible I could go for something like this. And that would mean João Pedro out for Igor Thiago and Juve out for Munoz. Now, let me start with the striker situation. We've already discussed João Pedro, why I want him out of the team. But why would I go for Igor Thiago? He's currently the second highest scoring forward in fantasy football this season. Outrageous. He's having a great season and Brentford are doing pretty good. A lot of us thought they were doomed when they lost their manager and a lot of the key players. Well, it's been the complete opposite of what we expected. They've been going really, really well with a super impressive result, beating the champions Liverpool pretty comfortably at home as well. Thiago this season has been incredible. For that price, for the way he's returning, ridiculous value. You just need to look at his statistics. He practically returns every other game week. And at that price, in theory, you could actually bench him if he has got a difficult fixture where you're not that confident. But he's got the penalties, he's got the minutes, and as Brentford have been going pretty well, he's 100% someone I'm considering. He gives me the opportunity to be super flexible in my team. I can change formation and play an extra defender if he's got a difficult fixture, or drop a defender or a midfielder if I need to play him and play three up top. And when you look at Brentford's upcoming fixtures, they're not too bad. They've got Crystal Palace away, Newcastle at home, Brighton away, Burnley at home, and Arsenal away. So there's some good fixtures there. And like I said, for example, against Arsenal, bench him. At that price, you'll probably have a good midfielder to bring on or a good defender. So no issues there. The second part of this double transfer would be Juve leaving for Munoz coming in. Now, Juve, I kept on my wild card. I was really hoping West Ham would have a manager bounce and Nuno would get West Ham playing. It's looking pretty grim. In fact, he was benched for the first game, and for the second game, they got well beaten against Leeds. So he could definitely make way in this double move. The defender who would be coming in, though, is spectacular, and that is Munoz. He's been an outstanding addition to the Premier League. Super attacking, dominates that right-hand side, plays as a right winger. It's quite rare you see him in a defensive position. He's always attacking, one of the main outlets in this impressive Crystal Palace team. I've had my eye on Munoz for a little while, but I've not had an opportunity to go there. And with this double move, I can get there. I want to show you a graphic which illustrates why I'm considering Munoz in my team. Now, if we include last 2 season statistics, Daniel Munoz has been an absolute monster. Take a look at this. Goal contributions, 12, which is the first in the Premier League. Shots, 48, again, first in the Premier League. Chances created from open play, 49. Surprise, surprise, he's top of that. Touches in the opposition box, 141. Yep, you guessed it, top. And lastly, possession won in the final third, 23. Top again. So this just illustrates why I want Munoz on my team. Statistically, he's incredible. When you watch him on the eye, incredible. He's the sort of defender, even if his team have conceded a goal, there's still hope for you to get an attack in return. That's just the type of player he is. And with the excellent upcoming fixtures for Crystal Palace, you can see why I want Munoz in my team. What do you think of this transfer? Do you prefer my transfer plan 2 or do you prefer transfer plan 1? Get in the comments and let me know what you think. Let's talk FPL strategy. And for that, I want to put my team back on the screen. It scored 52 points, but what do you immediately notice about this team? Yep. Only the defenders returned. Now, before you say anything, I know this could happen any game week in any season. No issues here. But I do want to delve a little bit deeper because this season, I am starting to notice a trend where defenders are returning points much more frequently than, say, midfielders or attackers. Now, it's only 9 game weeks in and things could easily change, but we're still going to look into this a little bit more deeper to see, is there a shift in how points are being scored this season? Now, let's look at the top 10 scorers so far in FPL. So Haaland on top, of course, guy can't stop scoring. After that, we've got Semenyo, Gabriel, Timber, Van de Ven, Calafiori, Guehi, Senesi, Roofs, and Mbumo. What's the first thing you notice in this top 10? That's right, 6 of them are defenders. Now again, this can happen in any season at any time. I know this, but I had to look at this because there is something emerging the more you look at the numbers. Now, let's have a look at the top scoring player every week. So in game week 1, we had Ballard scoring a monster 17-pointer. Game week 2, we had Timber with a 24-pointer. In game week 3, we had Guehi, and then we had Zubimende, Stack, Alderete, Semenyo, James, and Van de Ven. Now again, take a look at this top 10 list here and let me know what you can see. I'll save you the time. You can see there's 6 defenders in this list again. Now, is this a coincidence or is there something in this? Are defenders this season just returning much more points? Are we ignoring them? I look at a lot of the teams in my mini league, they're super stacks. They're playing 3-4-3. huge 3 strikers, 4 heavy hitting midfielders, and on the bench, they're quite light. They might have 1 Arsenal defender and maybe an Arsenal goalkeeper, but the other 2 defenders might be just cheap defenders, probably run out of money when picking those players. Now, is this a mistake with how the numbers are looking this season? Has things like defensive contributions made such a difference to defenders? Has things like the direct game, now we've seen in the Premier League more than any other season, direct football is winning matches. A lot of the points now are coming from defenders because long throws, set pieces, corners, flick-ons, and a lot of the times the centre-backs, the defenders, tend to be the best at getting those goals. Now, of course, you could spin it. It's only 9 game weeks in. This could easily change. Come game week 38, we'll have a bigger picture. But of course, as FPL managers, we want to see if there is emerging trends. We want to get on them nice and early. Now, I'm starting to look at this and think, is 3-4-3 not doing it for me? Should I be playing at minimum of 4-4-2, or dare I say it, a 5-4-1? In all my years of playing FPL, I don't think I've ever played a 5-4-1, unless it's been emergencies with injuries. But the data at the moment doesn't lie. And when you look at the scoring, the returns, week in, week out, defenders are heavily involved. And defenders tend to be cheaper. So points per price tends to be ridiculous. In theory, you should be stacking up with 4 incredible defenders and maybe 3 midfielders or 4 midfielders and 2 forwards. Now, this has been difficult for me because I'm a manager who likes attacking football and I like to see my FPL team stacked with 3 strikers. But it's possible I'm dropping the ball here and not maximizing my returns week in, week out. And that's one of the reasons why my second transfer plan had Munoz coming in and a cheaper striker going in as well, which means I can move to 4-4-2, maybe 5-4-1 at times even, giving me the best possibilities of high scoring returns week in, week out. Now, what do you think of this? I'd love your input into the comments. Do you think this is just a fad? It's only 9 game weeks in and midfielders and forwards will soon start dominating the scoring charts? Or do you think there is an actual shift in the game because of defensive contributions, the direct football we're playing in the Premier League, with the amount of corners, free kicks and set piece goals we're having this season? Do you see this trend continuing? I hope you enjoyed the video, but more importantly, I hope you found the video useful. Do me a favor, get in the comments and let me know what do you think about my transfers and what do you think about the strategy chat. Before you jump off to the next video, do me a favor, like, subscribe and hype. Try find that little button on your phone, hype the video, it'd mean a lot to me. Get the notifications on so you know when I'm live streaming. We've got an incredible community growing here where we play the predictions game every week where there's a prize, free to enter. Definitely get involved. Anyway, good luck. See you on my next video.